Hey y'all, welcome back to For the Fans. For tonight, we are so excited to talk about the best television show on TV and the best episode we have had in a really, really long time. This is what it's all about, folks. This is what keeps us coming back. So excited. Joined tonight by Kevin, Sheldon, and once again, Karen. So, Sheldon, what are your thoughts?
I've got a lot of thoughts, but truly one of the best episodes of Survivor, maybe in 3, 4, 5 seasons.
Oh,
We've never seen anything like this in years. A move like that to have been made, an episode that was so smartly put together and edited together. It was awesome. There's no words to even explain it. And you're right. This is why all of us come back to keep on watching Survivor, because the truth is there's good episodes, but every once in a while there are great episodes that we always say we want more of, and we had one last night, and I don't know, maybe the finale will be another one. Who knows?
We'll see.
Karen, what'd you think?
So I just started to rewatch it before this. I didn't finish rewatching it, but one of the, like you just said, there's a lot of little details or things. And one of the things I noticed, like when I just rewatched it, was when Karla was doing her lying, they were playing music that we would, like the telenovela music. I don't know like if you've ever watched this. So I thought that was just a very nice touch. But I think, yeah, there's just a lot of things that I think we had Karla's downfall. For example, do you think at this point, if Karla gets to the end, is she winning?
I don't know. I think she may have burned too many people.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I think that if she gets to the end, I think she still has a chance to win unless she's sitting next to Jesse. The problem is, I mean, she has her own music now, guys. I mean, we got a whole, like, icons get their own music. That's kind of how that works. And I'm sad because I don't think Karla wins, because we get another, I feel like she's the next coming of Suri. And it's hard for those kind of people to play well and to win. I think the episode as a whole was fantastic. There's such high praise for this episode, and I think it's a really good one. I don't know if I think we're hyperbolic to say it's the best of the last 5 seasons or something.
Oh, easily.
Well, the only reason I say that,
because we haven't had a move like that in a very long time.
Well, no. I agree with that. I agree with this. But what I'm getting at is that I feel like it was a very, very good episode, but I don't remember every episode for the last 5 seasons.
Exactly. So if you remember this in 2 years,
I don't think I remember this in 2 years. I think I remember the beats.
I think you do.
No. Guys, I want to make sure it's clear. I'll remember this move. Right?
Okay,
I remember moves from episodes. I won't remember this episode as a whole. I'll remember the moves. I wouldn't be able to tell you about the bat challenge, right? I won't be able to tell you about.
Well, sure.
But when we talk about episodes, we talk about those big moves. Like nobody remembers the 5-finger Nokomis plan, but we all remember that move as being this game-changing thing
exactly.
for Big Brother.
That's
what it is.
But Sheldon, the discourse I'm hearing on the internet is that this is the best episode of Survivor possibly ever.
Kevin, I think you're really mincing words here, and that people are saying the way this came together, because even Cody's plan was freaking great, and
it was a good plan. Yeah,
I have been on board Team Cody since day one, and so I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Kylie, let's be honest. Karla's plan of pretending like she didn't have an idol was good. Yep. Cody's plan to say let's not play our idols, and then let's fake play our idols and then vote Karla, better. Jesse's plan, best. Those are they were all best.
Loving Cody like I did. Seriously, during tribal council, I had to pause the TV and was squealed because it was that good. And so, no, am I going to remember the bat challenge? I don't know. I can't say 100% certain no, because we're going to get into it, but you've got Karla literally seizing up. I mean, it's kind of
I'm not gonna
it was a
like,
full package for me.
Yeah, but hold on. Your assessment, Kevin, is based on what the internet says. That might be the craziest thing I've ever heard you say. Don't listen to the internet because the internet
you
is
three.
insane.
I jumped on here tonight, and you three are like, "This is
Yes,
the best
but
episode
I'm
in the
not
last
saying this
5
because I
seasons."
went to Twitter
Bruh.
and I obsessed over it all day. I'm saying it because I was sitting in my couch yesterday in awe of what I was watching.
But that's what I'm saying is that I don't know about the best episode. Wasn't what I want. I do want to say. I do want to state this
Great
is one
move.
of the greatest moves that I've
Yes,
seen
top 5,
probably
top 5
ever.
moves.
It's a fantastic move,
Yeah.
and I hats off to Jesse because this was Shakespearean. What
This
happened?
is what we're
this
here for,
evening.
folks.
Yeah,
I am
this
here to
move was
entertain because
Yeah.
you know people are breaking down like, you know, was this the right move for
Can
Jesse?
Can we give a round of applause to the editors, though? Can we do? I mean, the way that they been editing the season, you see him get the idol. We get all into it. He gets the idol. You don't know if he gets it back. The move happens. It's like it's bravo. I love that they put it in there. Like, hey, because they said we need to add some tension because everything looks locked and loaded. They could have easily left out the whole "let me get my idol back" part. They could have easily left that out. But they said, let's add it to add more tension. Because
I will. So yes, I will say they have been giving us a lot of clues along the way. Like the fact that they focus so much on Cody dancing, I knew Cody was going.
no,
Like-
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the editors putting the fact that Cody says, hey, I need my idol back to show Karla. And then they don't, that whole clip is inconsequential, right?
Yes.
Because what happened before that and after that is the same. So them putting that in there just so that way they could add heightened tension into the episode. Chef's kiss. Love it.
I think we all 4 of us have a lot to talk about. Let's get into the details because there's so much I don't understand and so much wrong in what Cody did too, and I want to talk about it.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
let's
get into that.
do.
First, I want to say, Don, welcome back. Don feels that the season has seemed to be on an upward crescendo, and I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yep, I'm loving it. All right. So this episode starts off with kind of a flashback at the last tribal council where we came into it thinking Karla is going to vote Cassidy. And this, once again, great move by Jesse is going to play out. But there was kind of a question mark. Did Karla change her vote kind of at tribal council based on the way things were going? And it looks like that is what happened. That once Sammy declares he's playing his shot in the dark, Karla was like, sorry, bro, you messed the numbers up and I am not going to vote for Cassidy. And so what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, look, she's had her gut has been right this entire game, right? Like she knows exactly for the most part what's been going on around her. And in that moment, like she had nothing to lose. She was safe. She wasn't going anywhere. She saw this guy that evidently she was supposed to be voting with just flip around and say, no, I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. And how do you trust the person after doing that? So look, I'm going to give respect to Sammy for saying it and doing it and playing his own game. But at the same point, you got to give respect to Karla and saying, yeah, she did what she needed to do. And she wanted to stay in the numbers, not to ruffle any feathers. She already had a big enough target on her back. She didn't need any more by being the one out.
I think she definitely read the room. However, the question for me was, did she need to put on the telenovela performances?
Of course.
You think
She
so?
definitely did.
I feel like if that was
100%.
me,
Oh
I
my
would have just
God.
been like, okay, I mentioned your name, but it was only to try to separate us because if we're seen as a duo, then they're going to target us.
Karen, she
Something
sat
like
there
that.
and said, I told her, no, I never said your name. And I looked over and I could read that she was not believing me. So I turned on the waterworks.
No,
And then
okay, but that was after she made the decision to lie about it.
yeah, she lied about it just to be like, no. Of course I didn't say that. What are you talking about? And then she looked and she's like, oh shit, she doesn't believe me for a half second. Well, listen, I just can't
I
believe
would
you
have
even
gone
think.
with
You wouldn't
I
even
would have
think I
gone
would
with
think
the,
that.
like, oh, I said it and I'm sorry. I meant to tell you about it before. So if it got back to you, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I would have gone that route
I
personally.
don't think that she thought anyone would even bring it up because Owen pulls her to the side, right? And so the reason she didn't think anyone would bring it up because she doesn't vote that way, right? If she has the back, because
Of course they're going to bring it up, though.
No, Kara, hold on, let me finish. What she's having to defend is actually not writing her name down. Like she has to defend just the thought of writing her name down, which is insane to me. Is that I would never expect someone to have to defend their thoughts when they didn't even follow through with the actions.
But can I say, like, isn't this ultimately Karla's downfall? Like,
I think so.
She knew that she has become this immense target.
Yeah.
She also knew that Cass has power against her because of the knowledge that she has. And so continuing the lie when she already knows that everybody is talking about her being dangerous, it's just silly gameplay. It doesn't make sense at this point any longer.
Okay.
Like, to me, this is the time where you just put it all out on the table, and you have, like, you're gonna get caught. It's just gonna make people want to get you more.
If you get caught, people like are done with you,
bro. So here's the thing: she thinks that she's doing well, right? She thinks that and what I mean by that is that Jesse, as far as she's concerned, Jesse and Cody are with her, right? She was trying to make this move against Cassidy, and she thinks that Jesse and Cody are with her. So she thinks she has numbers. She thinks she has people that's riding with her. She doesn't realize, she knows that she's a big target. She doesn't realize that she is the target. She doesn't realize that she is the only one because the information that she got was from Owen, right? Who she's not working with. So she can easily dismiss what Owen is saying as a lie and try to rope Cassidy back in because obviously Owen is trying to cause dissension. Because even when she says it during her crocodile tears, she says, you can even ask Jesse and he'll vouch for me. There's no way for her to say, ask Jesse and he'll vouch for me unless she thinks that Jesse will actually vouch for her.
Which is a miscalculation.
Sorry, Kylie, I know you're about to jump in there, but like at the core of this is if she was comfortable enough to actually go in there last week and try to break up herself and Cassidy, then on the other hand, she has to understand that if people are going to go for a duo, that she can't trust Jesse and Cody as a duo because that would too be dangerous. So I just don't understand. There's no need to lie. And we saw Sammy do this last week, by the way. He got caught in the lie. He quickly realized she never did that. She never, ever did that. She's going to have to. She's going to have to after this tribal. She has no choice. But I don't know.
I think that between, obviously, we don't know if Jesse wins this game. We'll find out next week. But I think that there's nuances between elite players and good players. And I've been really high on Karla all season, but I literally wrote down in my notes, is this Karla's downfall? And I think that like whatever Jesse has, that you see him apologize to Noelle, and Noelle is like, it's fine, it's a game. And he apologizes to Cody, and Cody looks like he's ready to, like beat the shit out of him. Instead, he shakes his hand. There's something that Jesse has, whether it's a charisma, there's something about him that he's able to smooth these things over. And it's something that Karla doesn't quite have because Karla goes to the tears. Nobody's buying it. Hey, she's got this wrong read on her relationship with Jesse.
They bought
it. Wait a minute. Jesse doesn't have to actually atone for any of his sins. He doesn't have to.
Right.
Like, they're not still.
What's
they're
he
not
doing
still
different than Karla?
Because the people that he's betraying are going home. The people that Karla betrayed or thought about betraying is sitting there and is like, explain yourself. Years ago, I used to have a cat. I used to have a cat in the house that I lived in. I watched this cat. He was an outdoor cat. And one day, I watched him try to attack a hummingbird. I watched him attack many birds in life. And he would jump up. Some of them he would kill. Some of them he wouldn't. But
welcome
if he jumped up,
For the Fans, the zoo episode.
Let me tell you, look, the bird flew away. The bird flew away normally. Yeah. There was a hummingbird that was trying to just live his life. And Oliver the cat jumped up, clapped to try to catch him, missed, came down. And the hummingbird flew a little bit out of distance and stared at Oliver. Oliver stared back at the hummingbird. They stared at each other for probably 15 seconds. Then Oliver turned and slowly walked away because he was caught red-handed doing the thing that he was trying to do, which was catch this hummingbird so he could kill it. I say that because Karla, unlike Jesse, keeps getting caught red-handed with the plans. And what else is she supposed to do but try to slink away? There's nothing else that she could do. So,
or tell the truth.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I tried to take you out.
some-
This person that I've been riding with that has my deepest secret.
We've talked about Kevin. We've talked about this before about how it's far better to know who your enemies are and be very clear about it because you know who to shoot for and not to shoot for. Like being so wishy-washy is not helpful.
Oh, or Karla could have said, "Well, Jesse and Cody told me you were gunning for me. That's why I was gunning for you."
She was new.
So, I think the difficulty with that, Karen, like I think you're right.
I don't know. Then it just creates chaos.
The difficulty with that is then she loses trust in Cassidy. She loses trust in Cody. She loses trust in Jesse. Like who the hell does she have? She Gabler? Like what's she gonna do? There's nothing left. Owen,
which is
At
why
that point,
she thought
chaos is better than the target being firmly on you.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
If Jesse's actually with her, the target's not on you, right? Because if Jesse
But
is
he's
with
not.
you, no. That's what I'm saying. If she's right, because she even calls somebody to vouch for her. So if that's still working out, she says check with Jesse. Just like, nah, man. She only said your name because such and such. But instead, he's like, nah. Everything you heard about Karla is true. Every single thing you heard about Karla is true because he's trying to drive that wedge. But she she thinks they're trying to work with her.
This is going back to how great of an episode it is because, like, when Karla is putting on the tears when she's talking to Cassidy, in my notes I wrote, I fucking love it. And then whenever she's like, hey, check with Jesse, I'm like, Jesse's like, no, like, I am just digging it. I mean, love Karla's acting. I love Jesse being like, no, girl, I am throwing you under the bus. You are still the biggest target in this game. Not going to cover for you. We're driving this wedge. And just Jesse has made very few bad decisions. And it's been fun getting to see it play out.
And look, this is why Survivor's a really hard game. Like this is extremely hard. Like maybe in another season where Jesse wasn't around and Jesse didn't have the balls to make a move like he did, that move of her saying go check Jesse would have worked. Right? It's so hard. It's such a variable game. She put her trust into Jesse. She read the room wrong. She's screwed.
I mean, up to this point, she's been good about reading the room, right?
100%.
And that is why it's so hard because you can be right 15 times, but if you're wrong once,
it's over.
You're done.
Yeah. All right. We can tell Kevin he's not liking this, but that's okay. We're going to go on.
Well, I feel like this is my problem is that I feel like we're speaking about Karla's demise and she is still here. She's still playing the game.
And not only that, she's top 4.
And not just top 4. No, she's top 5. She doesn't have her idol, but like the thing is
that's true.
The thing is that she's top 5 and she is still there's a bigger threat on the board now. And
that's Jesse.
I think last week we ranked who would win. I now think Jesse beats Karla if he's there for sure. But I think for us to pretend like Karla's not still a threat is insane.
No, I don't think anyone's saying Karla's not a threat. I'm just saying
the reason I say that is because I think Karla still has a good opportunity to stay in this game.
Yeah.
And so let's continue to talk about this. Her downfall is this the end of Karla? Yada yada yada. I think we're too far ahead of ourselves.
Is it like here's the thing, if let's say Karla stays and let's say Cass is at the end and let's say Gabler is at the end, do we have a Karla, Cass, Michelle Fitzgerald, Aubrey Bracco situation where they vote for Cass to win because Karla screwed them all over? Like that's what I'm sort of seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Maybe this is a woman-man thing, that even though Jesse does screw everybody up, they will respect him for doing that. Whereas if Karla screws them all up, they won't. I don't know. We're going to have to wait until next week. But something feels off.
I think what it is for me is I feel like Karla's game has been pretty much flawless up until last night. Whereas Jesse's game to me has had some parts where I'm like, that could really, really backfire, and it just happened to not. Which I think he was just lucky. Whereas I don't see Karla making those huge. I don't want to say huge mistakes, but I feel like Jesse's made some mistakes.
Jesse's way more out on a limb. He's going way more out on a limb to get stuff done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't like, to be honest, as a player. As
I
a
don't
viewer,
like it as much
I love.
it's so fun to watch.
Well,
But I'm a viewer, I'm not a player.
I do want to say this. Don here in the chat said that Karla isn't doing well with the blame shift at all, whereas Jesse seems to be doing it great. When the person that you're betraying is not there, a la Dwight, a la Jesse, Nika. When these people aren't there, Cody, when these people aren't there anymore, you don't have to shift the blame to anyone because they're not back to talk to you about it. When you have to get rid of James, Karla did a great job getting rid of James without any blowback coming her way. But the sheer thought of getting rid of Cassidy ended up being a thorn in her side. Just the sheer thought, because she didn't even vote for her. Now this time she votes for Owen, right? And then Owen's gonna end up having to be like, you voted for me. Like the people she's voting for aren't going home. That's all it is.
All right, so let's talk about this reward challenge. Once again, another fun competition. I'm kind of glad to see something like this back again. We've had some, renditions of this in the past, and it's fun to see something. Russell Swan is like, okay, what the hell? They got like a protective cage, but whatever. What do you think about the reward challenge? Fun? Not fun?
I thought it was fun, especially how it was so close at the end.
Yeah.
Love that.
How was it so close though, right? Owen and his crew like flew past Owen, Karla, and Cody are going on the right side, and then Gabler, Jesse, and Cassidy's in the ball. Owen did a fantastic job maneuvering them through the maze. I love the fact that there weren't any major hits. I know some people love when people get their knees knocked and shit like that. I'm glad we didn't see anyone tumble over anything crazy. I'm glad about that. But once they got them positioned so that they could tell them how to do the maze, they did a great job getting Owen straight up and on. Cassidy's laying down in a laid back position, yet somehow it's a close race.
And it was crazy. It's like Owen was so composed through the entire thing. Just like, hey, 2 steps Jesse's way, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the right. So calm, so composed. And once he gets to the maze, he's like, okay, Karla, you need to come up. Jesse, you need to go down. And Cassidy's over there like, no. And I'm like, these 2 juxtapositions of absolute insanity and absolute calm and composure. And they both worked out.
I love this challenge a lot. I love the idea of people being discombobulated and spinning around. I love blindfolds. Like I love the maze. I love everything about the challenge. More.
Yeah, and I mean it's good because last week we get Last Gasp, and we get this kind of also a throwback challenge. It's like, yes, we don't have to always just stand there and balance something. Mm-hmm. We've been there, done that. Don't need to see it 100 more times. All right, so close race, but Owen, Karla, Jesse pull out the win. They are off to the sanctuary. Not Jesse, Owen, Karla, Cody, off to the sanctuary where they are going to enjoy some pastries. Cody enjoyed them more than the rest.
Do you guys like the idea of this sort of the sanctuary? It's like this one go-to location where they go for rewards, as opposed to every time there's some type of an adventure, you go to a different location, different set, different. Like, I don't know. I was a little bit bored. I was just like, give me something new, give me something different. Kevin, you always give me that look.
Because you're saying you're bored. Like what these things are just vessels to get things done. I don't really care where it's done. I just need people to have food and to strategize. Who cares where it's at?
Me.
I just want to see the strategy.
You're alone on this one, Sheldon. I don't care where they are. Like,
yeah, I don't care where they are.
They take them off to the sanctuary, or they leave them back.
Take them to the side of camp. Kiley, leave him at the side of camp. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Like,
just
having
put him to a
to
place and they can try to check.
like having to watch them ride elephants or help local
more.
village children, like that's
Yes,
boring to me.
Yes, give me some village children.
No,
The only
no.
the only thing like that I need to see again, I would love to see, you know, like another hot air balloon ride. Throw Big Tom in there. Just kidding. All right. But
So,
Deary,
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I actually why I say this, because imagine I'm a player. You haven't seen anything outside of your camp and the locations where you go to your challenges and the water. Being able to actually visually see something different, I think enhances the experience.
yeah, well, Sheldon, you have to think about the times that we're in pre-2020. Maybe they can still venture out. 2022, shit ain't happening. They're going to keep them in camp. They can't have exposure. The Fijian government probably doesn't want them venturing amongst the natives.
I don't need them venturing. I need a little bed set up in one location, a little bar in another location on the same beach.
You're so extra. All right. So let's talk about the strategizing that we get at the sanctuary. And once again, our girl Karla, she's
The
like,
music starts.
The music, yes, it's beautiful. I love it.
And she's like,
Kevin, tell us what happens here.
Karla goes and she says, it's just really hard to be like accused of a thing that you don't even have. You don't even have the thing. So everyone thinks I have an idol. I don't have an idol at all, but everyone thinks I have one.
Because you were asking for beads. That's how we know.
Karen, none of them were there. That's the point. None of them were there.
But didn't
Only Cassidy was there.
But didn't Noelle tell No.
Noelle wasn't there either. That's
wasn't
the
there.
point. Ryan was there. James was there. They were working with Karla. They assume she has it, but they don't know for sure. And
There
in the
was a
moment
part
she
in the
does,
season where people found out, right? Or am I just confusing who's on what
that's
tribe?
the thing. Noelle compared what Cody was doing with what Janine was doing. That's the whole point. So no one knows that. So Karla's like, I don't even have this thing. And then she walks away, and Cody's like, bro, I don't think he has it. I think she's telling the truth. Owen's like, really? You think so? I believe her. I think she doesn't have it.
So then where'd the rumor come from then?
Probably Ryan.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that
Ryan,
people
probably.
were like, oh, it's from the beads. Well, she was asking for it. But apparently in exit press, people have said that same day that Lindsay was also asking for beads, like just to make a bracelet. And so Karla was like, Lindsay had it. She got voted out. And
Correct.
so
That's like an important scene I feel like they should include.
yeah.
Meh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
but
so they have that. So which is why she says that. And then Cody's like, bro, I don't think she has it. I think that she's in the clear. And boom, the telenovela, the waterworks work. Everything is good to go.
except hold that thought, because back at camp, Cassidy is like, this bitch done tried to vote me
she's
out
got this shit.
after we have been together every single day. Like, talk about a telenovela. Like, this could be like the next scene. And the next scene is, nope, she does have an idol, and I'm going to tell all of y'all about it. And this is really like a, once Jesse has that confirmation of, yes, Karla has this idol, I think this is where we get Jesse's wheels turning of, how are we going to do this?
And that's the thing, right? As like, is it a chicken or an egg situation, right? Cassidy is the only one with this information, which is why Karla wants her whacked. Now that Cassidy's aware that Karla wants her whacked, she's going to give out the information. Is it the chicken or the egg? Which one is the reason? Like, what's the thing here, right? Karla wants her to know gone because she's too dangerous. She's too dangerous because that's why she has the information. So she gives the information, which Karla didn't want out there. Like,
and what's the moral of the story? Just as Kiley and I and Karen said last week against Kevin, it's a simple moral. Do not tell anybody about your idol. Period. Full stop.
as you see, it didn't matter until she didn't take out her person.
No.
Cassidy, let me say this.
It mattered in the end. It mattered in the end.
She trusted her.
Would have trusted her
her.
if Cassidy didn't confirm, Kevin.
She trusted her, and it worked until she got paranoid and wanted to take her out. And she doesn't want to. If she doesn't go for Cassidy, Cassidy still doesn't spill the beans. The fact that no one
I think
knew,
you're right about that, Kevin.
Nobody knew.
Tell anyone.
She doesn't say anything.
But I'm sorry. This happened. So you're right in the timeline, but she still put herself in the situation where Cassidy had the information that sealed what happened last night.
Because she took a shot and missed. But the information is everything that I said it was. It brought her ally to her. It had her loyal to her. And it had her working with her all along.
I'm sorry, Cassidy had nowhere else to go. Like she had her.
Cassidy still doesn't dime her out. Cassidy doesn't dime her out unless she thinks that there's imminent threat from Karla. Like if you're gonna use it to bond someone, you got to use it to bond them, and it worked. It bonded James, and it bonded Cassidy. She was able to blindside James without her information getting out because she used the idol to get him to her. Same thing with Cassidy. Brought her in, got her to her. Like it worked.
I can't disagree with anything you say, Kevin, except if there was ever there is always an inkling that the person you tell you have an idol, you're going to want out. It happened in Karla's situation, and because of that, it created a really difficult situation where Cassidy had some power over Karla.
Yeah,
and
I mean, that's what Cassidy. Cassidy didn't ask for the information, and Sheldon got axed because of it.
No.
So I'm gonna agree. Let's just keep the idol information to ourselves, and then you can always tell somebody at another point if you really feel that it's necessary. But telling somebody right away, that's a secrets are hard to keep, especially for longer periods of time. All right, but
Kevin, if I have an idol, I'll tell you, but only you, because I know you will go against me.
That's I've had idols that I've told my allies in games, in online games that I played. I've watched this work.
These people. That's because
but the same thing. And we've watched it work in Survivor time and time again. Like it doesn't. Not everyone dimes everyone out. That's the point.
That's true. I don't rat on my allies when they tell me they have an idol.
Maybe in the off season we need to go back and we need to see how many times telling someone about your idol was beneficial versus telling someone about your idol coming back to bite one of the two people in the ass.
So Karen, you said you don't rat on your allies. You said that's fine.
No.
So, and I won't argue against that. I'm sure that's the truth. But what if that ally you need to get out so that you actually get further in the game?
Then I would tell.
You would tell. So
okay, that's the thing is I collect information and keep it to myself until I need to use it. But
they're no longer my ally at that time.
Right.
If I'm getting rid of them, they're no longer my ally.
Yeah, but not if it doesn't work out. Like it just didn't work out in this situation.
Because she missed. I want to make sure that's clear.
But that's the game of Survivor. Sometimes you shoot and you miss. And the thing is, you need to create a situation where even if you miss, you are not screwed.
Here's the thing, though. Is the gunning for Cassidy, I think, is just inherently a bad move for Karla.
Bad move. That's a bad move for Karla.
Why are they not looking at Jesse and Cody?
Yes. 100%.
They've got Owen and Gabler. That's
by the way, I never understood what was the gentleman that was like the big Ryan. I didn't understand going for Ryan. I didn't understand
he wasn't in their group.
Cassidy. But I don't like
Cassidy was in her group. I didn't understand why she went for James either. So this is the thing. Like both of those people, and that's why I'm like so twisted up about this, and like we're arguing about this, is because her telling her allies worked to her favor until she tried to shoot at her allies. It's her own fault. This is of her own creation. It's not because Cassidy turned on her just because she wanted an upper hand. Karla made this happen to herself.
Yeah, agreed.
This is why it's her downfall, in my opinion.
I still don't tell anybody.
That's a mistake on hers.
You put me on that island, I'm doing two things. I'm losing 60 pounds, and I'm not telling anybody about my idol.
Bam. End of story. All right. But You know who's got a little bit of information is ready to share it now? Gabler.
What?
He's like, guess what, Cody?
Gabler.
Legend.
Karla's got an idol. And Gabler runs and he is going to spill these beans. And this gets Cody's little mind turning. Cody's like, you know what? I got to win immunity. And then I'm fixing to pull some shit off.
Yeah.
So let's go to the immunity challenge.
I love the fact that Gabler goes and tells him, and he's like, "Nah, man, she doesn't." And he's like, "No, she does for sure." And it's like, "Oh, she just lied to me to my face."
Yeah, this
Like,
mm-mm.
Yeah,
This girl, I cannot believe her. She cried.
yeah.
Oh, I almost
For
hate
some
that I'm
reason,
a
she
Gabler fan.
brought a little. For some reason, she even brought her own track and put it out under the sea. How did she do that on an island?
All right, so time to get
Sorry,
into
Karen.
this immunity challenge. All Cody has to do is just pull off this win, and
And
he's going to take out one of the two girls, Karla,
Okay.
Cassidy. We got our sights on you. All right, so once again, a little
Wait,
bit
I
of a
wanna
mix-up
say,
here.
how refreshing is it to have it all men's alliance? You know, just like working together, taking out all the ladies.
This is
How
like such
refreshing.
a novel idea.
Yeah,
Never
it's so
seen
new.
before.
So new. You know, just having all the dudes, all the bros, broing down, working together.
Okay. I know you're being facetious a little bit, but these are not bros. Like this is not like Jesse is not a bro.
Cody
Gabler
is.
is not a bro. Cody's
Yeah.
a bro. Like these are not bros.
Gabler is a bro. What are you talking
Gabler,
about?
what do you mean? Gabler's like,
Gabler and Owen are bros. All right.
Gabler was punched in the face many times when he was in elementary school. We all know that.
I don't know about that. All right. So this immunity challenge, they're going to have to, do a little bit of untying some knots, climb up some cargo nets. Ultimately, what it comes down to, the great equalizer, the puzzle. So a little bit of a mix up from, hey, we're not going to assemble the tree or the fish like it normally is. We got a bat.
Yeah. I don't get it. Why a bat?
That's a bet. It's
What's
not. Who
that?
cares?
What does
All
the
right.
bat have
Once
to do
again,
with
Sheldon.
I'm fine
Well,
with the bat.
hold on, ladies. Ladies, can you give me a second? Sheldon,
Yeah.
once again, the mechanics don't matter. It's
No.
just a puzzle.
Fish,
An
tree,
upside down
bat.
puzzle.
I-
No one
I'm sorry.
cares.
I'm sorry. I like a good theme. Bats have nothing to do with 43.
All right.
Nothing. Nothing.
All right. So
One laugh. I got one laugh.
I think I'm going to assemble this puzzle on the ground. How come nobody assembles the puzzle on the ground?
Gravity.
Okay, because you
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
I
I'm
think
sure
you
it's
like
against the
waste
rules.
a lot of time like transferring it. Maybe
I'm
I
sure
don't
it's
know.
against the rules. I'm sure it's against the rules.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm just saying. My initial thought is put the puzzle together on the ground, then
I've
put
Which
it
done
is
that
why I
during
think
other
it's against the
puzzles
rules.
before. Like there was one they were doing vertical not too long ago. I don't know.
I
Or
think
maybe
this.
it was on
I think
South
for this one, it was against the rules.
But Kylie, why would it matter? Like you're still putting the pieces in the same spots. It's just like I'm not sure why it
move
matters.
around. I think then
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
if I'm Cassidy and I get there and I'm like, oh shit, this wing is wrong. Well, it's much easier to just move it right there on the ground than it
And
is.
she did it. She did
And you
that.
can
that
see
exact
and
same
you can
thing.
see it better. I mean, there's a reason why when we're at home, we're not assembling puzzles 3-dimensionally. We've got them flat on the table because
That's
that's
because,
easier.
I'm
to do.
sorry. That's because they don't do that at Toys
Wait,
R
you
Us. They
don't. You
sell that.
don't do your puzzles standing up.
I don't.
You should start.
Mm,
Fun.
you should
I
start.
know.
By the
I
way,
know.
this is an interesting business idea. Huh. We'll talk.
Puzzles upside down, standing puzzles.
No, what standing puzzles instead of on the table puzzles.
I'm sure that they probably make that.
I think they already have those.
There goes my business idea.
Dang
But
dang it.
In this competition, Karla goes out there and hurts herself.
Ugh. She
Again.
doesn't hurt herself.
No, she does. She hurts her ankle.
She hurts like she breaks down. Like
No,
everything.
first she
just
twists her
stops.
ankle, and then once she gets up there, that's when she breaks down. Her body just seizes
Listen,
up.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
crazy.
It's really a testament to this game of she's eating rice and drinking crappy water and pooping in the ocean. Like that's it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think this result is just too much, in my opinion. Like I am watching this for my entertainment, not to watch people suffering. I think
Ooh.
that if you make them sleep outside, eat rice, but give them enough rice, maybe even be nice and give them some beans or something.
Ooh.
So this is not luxury. Imagine eating plain rice with no salt, with dirty, nasty water or something.
Hey,
But
Karen.
also, I think the water needs to be purified and
Hey-
clean and
Hey,
abundant.
Karen, if you
Well, I'm
want,
sure
you
it's
could join us. You could join us in the summer. There's a little show called Big Brother that does all the things you just said, but inside of a house. So
I don't think that's an unreasonable thing, because you're still sleeping with spiders. You're not getting any sleep because you got Gabler chopping wood or whatever.
Laying
Have you heard of
on
Big
the
Brother
ground
House?
on you.
You're laying on the ground. This is not a pleasant experience. You're still going to be hungry. You're still going to be deprived. You're still pooping in the ocean, and you're probably still
That-
getting parasites or whatever. And
yeah, that sounds like the Big Brother house. I don't really know.
No, but I will say, like, one of the reasons I've always adored Australian Survivor is that it is closer to what Karen is discussing. Like when you watch the competitions, you are watching people really compete and not just hanging on for dear life because they haven't eaten. Like it would create probably a little bit more competitive competitions.
And
I don't know.
it affected the game just now, because
Yeah.
Karla would have won this challenge.
Carla
Yeah,
was right
potentially.
there. She was possibly right there. But
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
People want Survivor to be harder, right? It's so weird. It's a weird sentiment. But there's people that feel like these people are quote unquote babied, and it's weird. It's weird. And then the people are mad that the days are shorter. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, back in my day, 39 days is the amount of days you got to be out there.
Well, I mean,
You
I
gotta be
think it's
sleeping in the
stupid
dirt.
for like the former Survivor players to complain about it. Like, these people did not choose to only play 26 days. Like, this was chosen for them. Their experiences are completely just the same as yours. We all know why they chose to go to 26 days.
But there's like less
that
food.
sucks. Hopefully they
It's-
can go
the
back to
game is
39.
harder.
So,
The game
but
is
I will
physically
say
harder.
that let me I want to be specific because I don't want to contradict myself based on what I said last week. I would not be opposed to them getting more food at all. I wouldn't even be opposed to them getting an extra pillow. That's fine. Sleeping outside to me and having to get your own food and doing all that, that's hard enough. What I would like to see is not what happened last week where they said, 2 people win. 2 people win. We're not going to make it hard. We're not like, no,
We're not going to make it hard. You beat the challenge.
No, you beat the challenge when you're the sole person left.
All right, we're not getting back into that. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are people out there that want this to be harder and want people
Stop
to
listening to those people.
suffer more, which is weird. And that's the thing. You can't stop listening to those people.
Turn off Twitter. Elon doesn't know what he's doing.
That's not the point. What I'm saying is that there are fans that really want the survival aspect. I don't care about the challenges myself. I don't give 2 shits about the actual challenges. Just pick someone, give them immunity. I don't give a fuck. I'm here for the social strategy of the game. So with that being the case, the competitions don't matter, but we have them. So there's just aspects that people watch for. I know a lot of kids watch for the challenges, right? I know a lot of people watch for the living outside atmosphere. So making the game harder, giving them less food, that fits a certain person, a certain watcher.
What I will say that one of the things I really do watch about, and we don't talk enough, I think, here, is they've got some amazing shots this season. They're using drones like they've never used before, and there have been some beautiful views coming into that first challenge of the evening of them walking in. This beautiful drone flying the entire path. There's some gorgeous things that we don't talk about. Let's talk about beautiful things like Karen and Kiley and Kevin.
All right. We've gotten so far off the beaten path. Anyways, Karla's little body shutting down. Cassidy wins this puzzle. Cody just a few seconds behind. Close, but no cigar. All right. Now for
Cassidy, this is her second win.
Good for her. Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
No one cares.
Everybody has a win except for Jesse. Just putting that out on the table.
Yes. Okay. So whatever. We don't care about immunity challenge wins here.
I do.
Okay. So back to camp. Time to strategize. This is where it gets good. So Cody and Karla go down to the beach to have a little talk. And Cody's like, so, I know you did all those little tears on me, but I know you got an idol and I've got an idol and you're going to play yours and I'm going to play mine. But what if you, me, Jesse, we choose who goes home tonight and we all get to the final four together by keeping our idols? Great plan.
Carla's like, listen, I do have an idol, and this sounds like a great plan for me because it keeps me here, it keeps you here. Cassidy's already here because she won the immunity challenge. Sounds good. And then my final four person, Jesse, he's here too. So we can get rid of Gabler or we can get rid of Owen. I don't give a fuck. Flip a coin. I don't give a damn. Let's just get rid of one of those two. And then it's a great plan. It's a great plan.
Yep.
That is a great plan.
Carla gets up and leaves.
And Cody goes and talks to Owen and is like, psych, bitch is wrong. You get rid of her.
Psych, bitch wrong. Listen, so guess what I just told Carla? I said, how about you don't play your idol and I don't play my idol, but we just say we're going to play our idols and then y'all are going to vote. I was like, okay. But psych, bitch, we going to vote Carla. How that feel? How that feel? And then I was like, okay.
Yes. Because Owen is sitting here like, oh, it's probably me tonight because I get left out of everything. And this sounds like a marvelous plan. Carla is not Owen.
Owen had all the information this episode. Everyone was telling Owen everything.
Which is interesting.
It's interesting, but also like he has no control of anything.
Nope. Just a sounding board.
He's just watching a television show instead of actually being on it.
Just a sounding board for Cody and Jesse, but
I don't think that's Owen's fault that he's wound up.
That's why I said it's rude.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like Owen's not trying to play the game. He's just not. He has never been in a place to have any agency. He has attempted.
But it's interesting because there is still some game to be played, and you've got this lovable curmudgeon in his own words, like. Nobody ever, wanted to play with him or clue him in. But then, somehow if he gets to the end, is he a lovable curmudgeon and people just want to give him money because, hey, you did it. You did what we couldn't do.
Depends who he's sitting next to.
I don't think he has a chance, guys.
I don't think so.
Sorry. And I actually really have grown to like him a lot. And no.
Cody's going to go to Jesse and be like, Jesse, bro. You're the one with the ideas usually, but I got an idea tonight. And Jesse's like, this is a fantastic idea. I wish I would have thought of it. But I didn't.
So, okay, I think the problem here is the way that Cody presented it to Jesse. Because Jesse needs this to be his idea. And Cody, I believe, suffered from the thing that many Survivor players suffer from, which is overconfidence. And it kills so many a good player's game. But I just think that if he had handled this in a way of maybe subtly suggesting it, so Jesse, like nudging Jesse to come up with it.
Kind of like the student becomes the teacher, because, we've gotten these confessionals from Jesse where he's like, I want my partner, my ride or die, to feel like he has agency in this game. And so, like, oh, you want to get rid of Noelle? You want to get rid of NECA? Okay, Kevin, explain.
Okay, let me say why I disagree. We got to keep forgetting that we see everything, right? Cody and Jesse, as far as Cody's concerned, they're vibing. We're doing these moves. We are doing these moves as far as Cody's concerned. And Jesse is like, nah, fam, you did that move. I need to move it, which is fine. But he's not like making this known to Cody. Cody is 100. I mean, Cody has his idol in Jesse's pocket all along. Because as far as he's concerned, his pockets are as good as my pockets. Because as far as he's concerned, his pockets are as good as my pockets. Because he trusts him wholeheartedly.
Bad move.
Whole with his Sheldon, stop it.
His whole ass, his whole living ass.
Because Cody's not a Survivor fan.
And Cody's also not a snake, right? He doesn't have that snake behavior in him.
That's the nicest thing you said about Cody all season.
No, it's the truth. He doesn't have that like snake kind of behavior in him. So in his mind, this dude, we ride it. We ride it. Window and down. That's us together forever. Like that's how he sees it. So when he's saying this plan, he's saying, Jesse, we about to get Karla's ass. And Jesse's like, no, you're about to get Karla's ass. And I don't like that.
And then you
Which
will
is
get
not-
my ass.
Right, which is not an idea that's ever in Cody's mind. And so that's why I disagree, because I feel like that Cody didn't misread this. He read what Jesse was presenting, which was a ride or die dude. They've done everything together. They've talked everything out. You cannot blame Cody for getting duped, because as far as he's concerned, we're doing this. Like he
Right.
never, if he ever says, oh, I have a great idea on how to get Karla, he said, bro, we could do this. It's a we. It's always a we.
But isn't the impetus of Jesse doing this quite simply, if I Jesse go to the end with Cody, I have no story different to tell than Cody. We did everything 100% together, and so
Correct.
by Cody going up and saying we're going to do this, I don't think that's what actually pushed Jesse over the line. I think it was more of a, I have an opportunity to flush his idol. I have an opportunity to get rid of him, and I have an opportunity to separate the two of us.
No. When he brings the idea, Jesse's the one that's like, this is Cody's great move to get Karla, who's the biggest threat in the game.
Yeah,
I don't like it. So, but that's how Jesse characterizes it to himself. He's like, 100%. This is 100%. Cody's move, which is why I think it is the impetus.
Piece. That's the third piece. I don't want to have this other resume item on his back, because if we do end up at the final two, this is a big ass move.
He has this. I don't have this.
And to me, that's what's made Jesse, I don't want to say spiral, but that's what made Jesse say, oh, I played the whole game with him. Yeah, I was loyal. He was loyal to me. He gave me his freaking idol in my bag for weeks and weeks. It's time to get rid of him.
Do you think he's right in his fear of being afraid to not be able to beat Cody because of this move? If they pull it off,
the world will never know. The world will never know. Not because Cody went home. Because it's all about how you present yourself to the jury, right?
Yeah.
Is that when you get to the jury, Cody's going to talk about how we did these things. I 100% believe that. Jesse, though, could obviously try to take credit for having more of the forefront of some of these moves. But the world will never know, and not because Cody's gone, but because we don't know how Cody would have performed in front of a jury.
Well, and I mean, this very well could have been like a Steven and JT situation where they get to the end and Cody's like, look at what we did. Like Steven, and Jesse, the actual fan of Survivor, is like, we nothing, boy. I did.
Yeah. I did this. I did that. Correct.
Jesse completely could have thrown Cody under the bus, but like you said, we're never going to know.
And there is another piece here of, look, you're building a resume. You guys might not look at immunity wins as anything, but who has a better chance of winning immunity wins, Jesse or Cody? So that's another thing. Like if Jesse wins one more, two more, something more, that's another thing against Jesse as well. So like, I could see that.
You have to talk around it, though. You just have to talk around it.
The question here is, I guess I'm skipping ahead a bit. Was he one move too early? Was this one vote too early?
No, it had to happen.
I don't think so. I think it had to happen because he had an idol.
Yeah,
and he's got the secret idol.
Yeah. Right.
But not even secret idol. Right now he's at 6. If Cody could play an idol at 5, and he's a good fire maker at 4, this is the time to do it. If you're going to do it, you got to do it now. Not to bring it to bring it back to Orgs, but an Org I won. I went with a dude that I did everything with. Like I did everything with the dude, and then when we got to the final, I discussed how I was the driving force behind the moves, even though we did them all together. And I didn't win. I won. I didn't win. I didn't win any immunities. There was someone that was there that won most of the immunity challenges, and I just talked about how she was the tank to make sure we took out the people we wanted to take out. So her winning immunities kept it from people I didn't want to win them. So her winning 6 of the 8 individual immunities didn't matter because the two of us, the other two, me and the other guy, were doing all of the strategy, and I was the one leading the charge.
So fine, but it's a little bit of a different game here. Like we don't have a tank anymore. Ryan's gone, right? So
true.
So
I'm talking about so you just mitigate Cody's wins. I'm saying that I think Jesse could have out-talked Cody in the end, but he's like, I don't even want to have to have that situation.
Yeah,
I just want to get that out now.
The alternative is Jesse is guaranteeing that he's making fire now. Whereas
Yeah.
before, maybe not. Maybe somebody took him. Maybe Cody takes him.
I would
And I
like
think we lose him at Fire. But
Jesse, the first thing we should see next episode is Jesse making fire. Like, he needs to sit his rear end down for every single day and make fire.
I think the first thing we need to see. Oh wait, let's get there.
Yeah. Well, before we get there, I think an interesting thing to talk about is obviously we get this very emotional confessional from Jesse where he's like, like, yes, I love Cody. He is this great guy, but I've been with him for 22 days and I've got this family back home. I have a wife and I've got these kids, and that is my alliance. That is who I'm loyal to. And I mean, Jesse is a villain in the game, 100% about it, but this is a good man that is out here trying to get some money get that bag, like his son said. And
I love
it made me root for him even more. Like,
I love the fact that he is sitting there and he's like, people talk about this being the best thing, and even if they lose, they still got the best experience. And like, while the experience is great, fuck that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to get this bag.
I'm not here for the friends.
I'm here to change my family's lives.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. This is a business trip. Like, everybody's out here talking about, even if we don't win, we got the best friends for the next few years. Bro, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You Twitter watchers, have you seen him post things online?
No, I don't follow him on Twitter.
Or he's completely not like
Who, Jesse
I don't follow
or
him on
Cody?
Twitter.
Yeah, Jesse.
No, Jesse posts on Twitter.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't follow him.
All right. So the other interesting...
Wait. Did you have like a question about that, Sheldon?
No, like I was just really interested because I always see, if I ever go onto Twitter, how much of these, current Survivor, current Big Brother people, like every other day they're posting while they're relevant. And I was just wondering if he actually gave a crap. And literally he was on a business trip there and then, didn't even play with Twitter while he was back. Like,
you know who didn't give a fuck? Roxroy.
Serial tweeter.
Roxroy doesn't even have social media.
Good for him. Good for him. Saves him a lot of issues.
Jesse is not a serial tweeter. He tweets a couple times a week. No big deal.
What's your cereal of choice? Fruit roll-up? Fruit by the foot? That's not cereal.
That's not cereal.
Not cereal at all.
Obviously, Lucky Charms. All right. But the other interesting thing that is going to happen here is Jesse sets his plan into motion of, hey, we're going to clip Cody. But we get this little wrinkle. Because as we get confirmation, Jesse has been holding on to Cody's idol this whole entire time. But Cody wants it back because he wants to show Karla. And Jesse's like, well, fuck me. Can't tell him no. It's his.
You buried the lead, though. Jesse goes and says, look, man, you know that plan to switch Karla? Let's flip it, because Cody's also not going to do the thing, because I'm holding on to his idol. Let's just get Cody tonight, because then I can flush the idol and flush Karla's idol too. And then Owen's like, I like this idea better. I still had no agency in it, but I like this idea better.
And by the way, and Gabler, MIA. God, not even on the island anymore. We have
Gabler,
one confessional every episode, so when we see him at the end, it's not a surprise, but he doesn't exist anymore.
He has gone back under the water.
This is a very interesting situation to have somebody receiving all the information but still having no agency or choice, really. And that's where Owen was. So I don't think we see that very often.
This is literally the Jesse and Cody show. All the information is coming from them. This whole episode is just revolving around the two of them.
Why? Why is nobody concerned about this? Because Gabler said something about it a while ago. So it's not like they haven't talked about it.
Right, Don. No one knows Jesse has an idol. And
exactly.
Don has,
so
no one knows Jesse has an idol. Correct.
So we don't tell people about our idols. I like that.
Ooh,
no, so Don has that no one knows.
No one knows. Not even Cody.
And that is
right?
correct.
Right. Nobody knows.
Because you don't tell people.
No, that's not why. Because the way he got this idol, nobody knows how he even got it. So this is not meant to bond anyone.
But Cody
This
would
is
have
to
told
keep his-
Jesse had he done it too.
Yes.
Right. Because that's his boy. That's his ace. That's his number one.
Because Jesse's a
ride or
better
die.
player than Cody. There.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Cody is a better person.
Yes.
Cody is a better person. Okay. No. So,
I don't
anyways, though, back to it. Cody needs his idol so he can show Karla. And there's a lot of this that's left as a question mark for us to speculate on for an entire week. Hopefully, next episode, we do get Jesse's viewpoint of, getting the idol back from Cody, everything like that. We, in Cody's exit interviews, get information. So do we want to talk about Cody's exit interviews and the information that he gave?
I haven't seen it, but you guys.
Okay,
can-
so
before we get to that, because we completely just skipped over tribal for some reason.
No.
But okay.
this
Let's
is
go to tribal. Let's go to
this
tribal.
is an amendment to tribal.
Let's go to tribal.
So
The first, the second, third amendment? Which amendment
the
is this
first.
exactly?
freedom of
First.
speech. Okay.
Okay.
So Cody says that he makes the decision to give the idol back to Jesse after showing it to Karla because Jesse tells him maybe Karla doesn't have an idol. Maybe she has knowledge is power, and you've just shown her your idol.
I
That's
love her.
Beautiful.
I love him. I
That's
love him.
so good. That's so good.
And so right before tribal council, Cody's like, oh shit, he's probably right. I should give it to him.
Let's
And he does.
get into that in a minute because I want to talk about that in depth. Let's go through it though. Let's finish
Oh,
tribal.
Jess. I'm sorry. That made that move even better.
It
I know.
made it
No,
beautiful.
Because I want to get in. I want to get into that. I want to get into that. So let's go to
All
tribal.
right.
Let's do that.
So time for tribal council. We do have this question mark. Does Cody have his idol? Does Cody not have his idol? Once again, love the editing. I love that there is this just suspense building of what is going to happen. Like looking at Jesse, his demeanor definitely seemed different in that tribal council than how he typically comes across to me. Did y'all see that too?
He seemed.
I'd have to
He's
rewatch
He's
it.
about to do. He's about to make the biggest choice he's made since getting married. Like this is.
To Cody. So the thing that actually stood out for me on this episode is actually has nothing to do with the players in the game. It had to do everything with the players on the jury. And I'm interested in what y'all think. Is the jury giving too much away to the players in their reactions? It's fun for us to watch. It's fun for us to watch, but I'm a little bit scared that the jury might be the reason why Jesse loses the game.
True. I hate an animated jury.
Do you think they should put
Most
like a
juries are
screen
animated.
so that the players can't see the jury?
I don't know.
There's been a jury for 44 seasons, 43 seasons. It's fine. There's nothing. I roll my eyes because it's fine.
Look, yeah, it's fine, but it was so clear that they loved everything that was going on and how they were like cheering on Jesse. Like it was just so clear.
I hope that they were far enough away that the players couldn't hear them say like Jesse did that.
Yeah, he did that shit.
With that,
Okay.
I don't think that's right. I think it's tampering with the game. They should
It
have.
happens all the time. Anytime someone does a big move, you're okay. When you're at tribal council, you're performing for the jury. Always.
Yes.
That's why they're sitting
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm complaining about the jury performing for them.
They're
Oh,
not
yeah.
performing for them. They're actively excited. It's like when you make a tough 3-pointer sports wise, when you make a tough shot or if someone does a long touchdown pass, you're going to have an outward emotion. And they
I think
see
it's
it.
fine, but I think talking is not.
But the referees aren't like, oh, damn, we're going to,
They're-
call all the rest of the fouls in their favor. You know what I mean?
But they're not going to necessarily call the rest of the fouls in their favor either. That was a good move. They watched the move happen. Now there's time to get Jesse. There's time. But he now is the leader on the board. It's not if you didn't know Owen, if you didn't know Gabler, the jury shocked faces because you're all there in the same room. They're like, oh shit. then obviously that's a good move. So you got to do what you got to do about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, yes, jury's been there forever. I don't like it when the jury gives information to the players. Although, if I were a player, I would want to find information from the jury.
Mhm.
So
About
it's
reading the jury.
certainly always been part of the game. It's always been part, like, sure, but I am scared that will add to Jesse's demise.
It may. I don't know. I mean, but then you have to be a fool to not realize that was a huge move that he did. So,
Gabler.
Which is why I question how good it was.
you're just trying to
because
ride
it's
for
so
Gabler.
flashy. So flashy.
Yeah, like
You gotta do
was
it though.
Was it too flashy? Like it was so good that it was.
He had no alternative.
Much.
So we get to tribal.
Yeah, let's get into it, Kevin. Break it down for
And
us.
that's tribal. So we get to tribal. We get some questions from Jeff. One of my favorite questions is Jeff said to Cody, "How sure are you thinking everything's gonna go?" He's like, "Scale of 1 to 10, I'm like at a 9."
A
No,
niner.
you know, Jeff,
I was like, not the niner, not
I'm
the
at a
niner.
9.5. I'm at a 9.5. 95% sure this is gonna happen.
Overconfidence, what I say.
Exactly how it needs
I think
to
that
go.
was one of the moments I paused where I was like, no.
And the hard part is that he was confident about this blind side he was about to do on Karla. Little did he know that his best friend has something cooked up for him under his sleeves. So it's time to go to vote. And we see Karla's hobbling ass go up the stairs. You hear Noelle, because, you know, they still got to get a Noelle leg joke up in there. Noelle turns to James and says, "Karla looking over here worse than me. Or she looking like me over here. And she only got one leg." And so
why is that necessary? I don't get it, guys.
what part's necessary? What part are you belly aching about now, Sheldon? That she made a funny joke,
dumb.
or that it aired?
It was unnecessary. It didn't add to any. It wasn't even funny. Like I don't get it. So
It was funny to
All right,
James.
let's move on from that.
I hate that.
Are you mad that she made the joke or that it aired?
I'm mad that it aired for no
Okay, that's
reason.
So well, because you got to get Noelle content. They got to get their Noelle content in there. So she everybody goes and votes. We see Karla vote for Owen. We see her write it down.
Yeah.
Then we see Jesse's vote next. It comes down to time to play idols. Jeff says, "Does anybody have anything they want to play?" Silence.
I can't silence.
Silence. Then Jesse goes, "Yeah, I think I have something I want to play." And Cody immediately looks at Jesse, because the only thing Jesse could have to play is a thing that I gave him.
But you better be playing it on me.
No, bitch, you better not be playing this at all. And he
But if
says,
you are, it's too late now. You better play it on me.
and he's like, "Hey, Jeff, I want to use this on Owen." Oh my God, everyone gets quiet, don't know what to do, eyes get wide. Owen's like, "Thanks, man." They fist bump, and Cody's like, "What the fuck?" And then
Jesse's
Karla,
like, I left the hood life, but the hood life did not leave me.
and then Karla's face goes,
Feels like a setup.
if I'm voting Owen and we're supposed to be voting Owen, and he just play, excuse me, Jeff, hold on, I got something to listen. I want to play this idol because I'm not really sure what's going on. I want to play this for myself, so play this for me. And Cody is just locked in, staring daggers all the way through Jesse, all the way through, because he just cannot believe his eyes, because this man who he's treated like a brother to him just played his idol on somebody else. Jesse can't even meet his gaze. Votes start coming out. First vote, Owen. Second vote, Karla. Third vote, Cody. Cody is just like in his seat. You hear Jesse say, "I'll explain." I'll explain later. The second vote for Cody. The cat can't believe it either. Third vote for Cody. Cody, you're going home. Stands up. He grabs his stuff. He turns.
What happens?
And Jesse's standing there with a handshake. With the
And
handshake.
I mean, I feel like Cody played through consequences in his mind, because he was like, I can push
I
this
hit
bitch
this
right
man.
into the fire.
Because he
Definitely
pulls back like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's that? What the fuck is that handshake for, motherfucker? Like, you just got me.
Better person than I, because
Yeah.
he takes his hand, and I would not.
Why was it just shot? Why didn't he I would have yelled. I would have yelled the second that idol came out of Jesse's park. Why did he shut out? Like, was he just in shock?
Shock.
Yeah,
Shock.
shock.
Yeah.
Well, like he didn't know what to do. He
Huge
didn't know what to say.
Shock.
Because he was probably
and-
like, surely Jesse has a greater plan that he just didn't tell me about.
No, I think the opposite.
I don't know. Or,
I think he pulls out his idol and he's like, this man's about to fuck me over right
I
now.
don't know.
And I cannot believe this is happening because I did not think this would happen.
Was it folly? Was it silly that Karla played her idol?
No.
No. What? What?
I don't know. I don't know, folks, because the truth is, wouldn't the only logical thing be if Karla saw that idol and she knew it was Cody's idol, then they're going for Cody at this point. Like,
No.
I
Well,
get
no, because in her mind, she's like,
We're voting
Cody
Owen.
and Jesse, they're together. They're trying to get me.
Mhm.
We're voting
I better
Owen
play
as
it.
far as I knew. As far as I
Yeah.
know, we're voting Owen.
They told her they were voting Owen.
We're all voting Owen. And you just played an idol on Owen, which means
but
Owen's
she
vote
also
on me.
she also saw Cody's reaction. Like that was almost the beauty of the
Sheldon.
move that Cody didn't go
Sheldon.
crazy. Like if
Sheldon.
Cody went
Sheldon.
crazy, she may have been able to
Sheldon.
save her
If
idol.
I'm sitting there as Karla, I don't give a fuck what Cody's doing with his face. We were told we're voting Owen. I just watched this idol get played on Owen.
Cody's on the opposite end as well. He's not sitting next to Karla.
Yeah.
So I don't think
And
she
she's
gets
doing
like
a beautiful-
front row
she's
seat
doing
to
the
his
math.
face.
She's doing the math, and she's like, what just happened here?
Yeah.
I have a thing that
You
keeps
gotta-
me safe,
you
and I'll
gotta
figure out
play
the
your
rest
idol.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I think she was right to
Yes.
play it. But that
Yeah.
was why the move was so good, because he put her in a position where she had to play it.
Yeah.
You had to play it.
This
Yeah.
phenomenal. So in one
Mhm.
swift move, Jesse has separated himself from Cody, the person that has played, basically the same type of game that he has. He has flushed Karla's idol. He has guaranteed himself a spot in at least fire making, because what they don't know is that he has an idol of his own. And I cannot
Wait,
wait
right
to
here in the
see
chat.
how he is going to play this out.
Agreed. Right here in the chat, Dawn, though, says, I think that she says that she thinks people who go in for the handshake or the hug are doing too much and they're placating to the jury. I think that in that moment, Dawn, people are trying to they're trying to squash an awkward situation. They like he knows in that moment he just fucked this dude over. And he's like, hey, friends.
I can't, I've made moves like this. Yes, I played only orgs and not real Survivor, where I completely screw an ally over, and I feel bad. It's the right move, but I think it's a truly in Jesse's heart. This is my friend. I've been sleeping beside him for the last 20 days. I feel bad that I just sent him home. I'm sorry. I love you. This is the best move for my game, but let's be friends.
Yes.
It was great. It was great, and I cannot wait to see how Jesse is going to handle this come next week, when we get to see him getting the idol back from Cody, more of the backstory, and then how he handles what he does with his idol and what type of move he's able to pull off with having an idol that nobody knows about. It's going to be interesting.
I hope it's more exciting than the Marianne Final Five idol.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is. And so can't wait. Obviously, they have just shown Jesse in such a great positive light. He is leaps and bounds the front runner going into the finale.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the question: do we see a Jesse win 6 days from today?
No.
I hope so. I hope so, but this guy can't win an immunity. This guy can't make
He
a
doesn't
fire.
have to win
probably.
immunity.
No, but he has to win the final four.
He has
He
to
doesn't
fire.
have to. He can at least make fire.
He cannot make fire. He can't do anything other than play the strategic game. So I'm a little bit worried we're about to see a Cass, Gabler, Owen final 3.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
exactly what I think is going to happen. And I think Cass is our winner.
I think so too.
Yep. But I want
Fine,
Jesse.
'cause I would play like Cass, and I identify with her style.
Yeah, no. Cassidy's played fine. She's played
Yeah.
a good game, solid. But as a viewer, Jesse has played such a just.
Yes.
He's making moves that we haven't seen in many, many seasons. We're not going to number them because we don't want Kevin to flip his shit. Many, many seasons we have not seen somebody make the moves that Jesse has made. He is our first true villain of the new era. Really likable guy, but he's a villain. And all of my chips are in on Jesse. Fully rooting for him. Let's go, Jesse. Bring it home. Can't wait.
I'm hoping that Karla can figure her way out.
I like Karla too, but Jesse just
Look, if anybody could figure it out, it's Karla. Like, she's had a few days of bad gameplay, and then the rest of the game, which was perfection. So if anybody could, yeah, Karla. But for me, I like Jesse, Karla. I don't know about the rest. Who cares?
The Gabler
Yeah.
might be coming out soon.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want it. No alligators.
So one thing I want to talk about is that in Cody's exit press today, he's been saying that one of the reasons that the main reason he gave his idol back was because they thought that Karla had the knowledge is power, and that way it needed to be hidden. I love the fact that the knowledge is power as a concept makes people do gameplay decisions. You don't even have to have the thing in the game, but now that everyone knows how to, like, quote unquote break it, we can see shit like this happen more often. I want people handing their idols to other people and those things getting played. I think that's fantastic because that shit is transferable, because the moment you hand it to them, it becomes their possession. I love that. So that's why Cody has been having his idol in Jesse's possession for days and days, is because they thought that the knowledge is power is out there. And I love that as a concept.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's a fantastic advantage. And though it hasn't been used correctly, it has now still seemed to have affected the game, which I love, because Jesse wouldn't have 2 idols if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. Somebody on Twitter last night said it, that I cannot believe there are people that do not watch this show, and complete agreement, like, best show on television. Absolutely love
I
it.
agree.
10 out of 10. It's a 9er. Just kidding. It's a 9.5. All right. So we will be back live next week after the finale on Thursday. We will be here on Thursday, not after the finale, but one more episode to talk about. Hopefully we are in store for a great finish to what I think has been the best season of the 40s.
Also, if you're going to Wendell and Bryce's party in LA, say what's up. I'll be there with some survivors watching the finale, doing that. Make sure you say what's up to your boy.
Our very own Kevin Gilreath.
I'll be there along with like real celebrities, or like at least celebrity reality people, and me, Kevin. Come on out, Sheldon. Fly on out to LA. I'll be there for this thing.
Okay. All right.
See, catch me and Sheldon there. Probably not Sheldon.
Karen, got anything else to add?
I don't think so, but I'm excited. It's gonna be I think it'll be a good finale, and I think we're not going to get the result that we want, but
rarely the best player wins. That's what we have to keep telling ourselves. Rarely.
Yes.
Karen, thank you for joining us once again. Will you be back with us next week?
If you'll have.
Yes, we need our Karen.
And then what's the name of your cat?
Claudia
the cat.
Yeah,
Claudia
with a W. Yeah,
I get it. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Right,
you can find me on all socials at KG Fury, Sheldon Nowhere, Karen Nowhere, and Kiley Nowhere. But maybe you can find Claudia on the internet, so she could probably be somewhere. Kiley, land this plane.
All right. Well, we will see you next week where we will be wrapping up our Survivor coverage. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.